What is cooking today in the wide-eyed way? It is cheesy leek and bacon crustless quiche. I'm Natasha Hodge. I'm here to help you get the best from your body when you eat food that your body recognises and your body is absolutely on board with what's coming in, and it's going to use that food to build you into your best body. If you were born in the 1960s and 70s, you will have been told so many different food myths. It is impacting your health and stopping you losing weight. So I'm here to help you get the best from your food knowledge and to help you understand exactly that when you put food in, whatever it is, you have the outcome from it. So if you put chemicals and things that weren't designed to go into the human body, and that includes flour and refined anything, so vegetable oils or sugar or anything that turns to sugar in your blood, it doesn't need to be there. So all you need is full fat meat, fish, nuts, dairy, eggs and vegetables. That's all you need. And that's what your body expects, needs and requires to keep you healthy for as long as you want to stay healthy for. So why would we want a quiche without a crust on it? Obviously we don't want all that flour. We don't want the pastry. Yeah, I know it tastes nice, but it's doing stuff to you that you just don't want to have to deal with further into the future. Your body doesn't want to have to cope. It wants food that it recognises and that it can use for energy in a good way. And we have a cut-off for fat and protein, and so we're going to try and maximise that in every dish that we make. And this is absolutely delicious. You just don't miss the pastry element because you're so full up on the eggs, and we've got some cream in here, so we've got a bit more fat going on and all the flavour, and then of course we've got the protein and the fat in the cheese. Now I've used bacon and leek today to give it extra flavour, but of course if you're vegetarian, just omit the streaky bacon. So I've got 4 rashers of streaky bacon, and I've chopped those up with some scissors, and 2 leeks sliced into, cut lengthways and then just sliced up, and then I've cooked that with some olive oil. That took about 10 minutes to cook it up on the hob. Then I've done 200 grams of grated cheese, and I've got 3 types of cheese. Totally up to you what type of cheese you use in there. But for flavour, I've got an extra mature and a little bit of parmesan so that you get an even stronger flavour, and some mild cheddar as well, because then you get that nice melty, stringy effect when you cut into your leeks, cut into the quiche, beg your pardon. Anyway, what I've done is I've just divided it into 2 sections, because one section is going to go in the filling and one's going to be sprinkled on top, so you get a nice cheesy crust on it as well. I say a crust, it's going to be a nice topping, melty cheese topping. You just not, believe me when I say, you're not going to miss the pastry. Okay, so how do we contain the filling in a quiche tin? You can see this is my well-loved quiche tin. It's been around a long time. I've been using it for a good 30 years, I would say. It's a loose base bottom one, so I can push the whole quiche out. So I obviously don't want all the filling oozing out. The pastry would normally do that job. But what we're going to do, we're going to use baking paper, not greaseproof. Greaseproof does not do the job. Baking paper. So here's one I prepared earlier. I've got a square of baking paper, and I'm literally just going to squish it into the quiche tin like so, and this is going to contain the filling. But if you leave, some extra, it won't overflow. So you can kind of, and what it does is it puffs up and rises in the oven as well. So to keep that, it kind of sits on its own, but to keep that, actually I'll put a little bit of this in the bottom. I'm going to put some of it into the actual filling. I'm just going to put this in there, a little bit of it in there, so that it stops the paper from rising up when I go to fill it. Okay, so as I say, I've got 150 grams or mil of double cream in here, and then I've got organic eggs. Now eggs, there are so many different types of eggs out there, but I really recommend you get organic eggs, and hopefully, if you live somewhere where you can get local fresh eggs, then even better. But hopefully, I know at the moment we've still got this sort of avian flu scare, so they might well be inside, but they've been fed well. Anyway, I'm going to crack 3 eggs in. I think I just put 2 fingers up there, but I meant 3. So 3 whole eggs. And then to make it extra rich, I'm going to do 1 egg yolk. So I'm just going to separate this egg. I made a right old mess of that. It hasn't broken though, so good. So just separate that. My extra yolk. Egg white everywhere now. Right, so I'm then going to put some salt and pepper into the egg mix. Give that a beat. As well, when you use organic eggs, they're much more yellow. You can see the yolk's a lovely yellow colour. And of course in the eggs you're going to get all of those amino acids that your body requires on a daily basis. So all 9 that we want. Eggs are just superb. Just don't be worrying about how many you eat a day. It's just a nonsense. But they don't cause cholesterol either, so don't be worrying about that. Right, so I've got the egg and cream in there. Then I'm going to put some of the cheese in, so half the cheese. So I've got about 180 grams of cheese that I've grated here, so a lot of cheese. But this is going to serve about 3 people. If you're super hungry, eat a bit more. Eat until you are full. If you've got enough protein and fat in your meal, you'll get full quickly. If you're fasting, then this is a great meal to break your fast with, whatever time of day that is. Right, so I've got all that in there, and then I'm going to put the rest of the... If you put all of the leeks and bacon into the tin, what you tend to find is it's all sat at the bottom when it cooks. But I find that if you put it in with the mix, it's kind of a little bit more evenly distributed. The oven's been on for about 10 minutes now, so we're only going to cook it for half an hour, but I'm going to turn it off 10 minutes before it's finished cooking, before I take it out, because I'm just going to take advantage of the heat inside the oven, but not have the electricity running. Right, so we've got a nice load of mixture there. And I will put the finished quiche picture, maybe a video, underneath this post, so you'll get to see what it looks like when it's cooked. Right, so that's all gone in there. As I say, don't trim down your paper, because otherwise you'll end up, it might overflow while it does its sort of first cooking. And also another really good tip is to leave it to stand for a good 15 minutes before you eat it. It just makes the flavours better and sort of settles it down. Okay, so now I'm just going to sprinkle the cheese on. The rest of the cheese, I should say. This freezes, you could freeze it into portions and then defrost it, and you can microwave it. You can even eat it cold, so a little bit like a frittata, but you will not miss the pastry that's turning to sugar in your blood. This is a really excellently filling meal. So 10 minutes of frying, 5 minutes of me prepping, 15 minutes, and you've got a superb meal prepped. Half an hour in the oven. It's probably a good idea to have it, if you're at work all week, have it on the weekend for brunch or whatever. Right. That's it. So it's going to go on for 30 minutes. I am very hungry. I'm very much looking forward to it. If you want to know more about fasting or anything about food for your health, and basically food should taste as fantastic as it feels to eat it, and your body should thrive, and you should feel on top of the world all the time. Certainly from a health perspective, and it's all about the food you eat. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Natasha Hodge. I'm here to help you get the best from your body by eating the best food you can possibly afford. Actually, before we go, I forgot all about how much it costs, and in this cost of living crisis time, let's talk about the costs. So all of those ingredients came to about £5. As I say, you can probably get about 3 portions out of it. Serve it with a really nice salad. Make sure the salad's got a really good dressing on it. And electricity wise, about 78p. So not going to break the bank. I hope that's helped, and that if you want the full recipe, then just DM me and I will provide that for you. You take care of yourselves, treat yourselves to a bigger slice of life every day, and I will see you next time. Take care, bye now.